Well, I'm in a personal situation at the moment where I'm having to move house, and a low income means that, just state pension, means that I can't rent a whole flat or a whole house or anything like that. I have to look for basically one room in a house sharing with others. And particularly difficult from an extended point of view in that I have a care order, which allows me contact with my daughter. But she hasn't been coming because Mum hasn't been observing the order for some time. So she's not been staying at night. So strictly speaking, I don't need a separate bedroom for her. But not to have one would be, a bit decisive as regards the parenting order, you see. So that makes things difficult. So in a sense you could say in a worldly way, you're in a fix here. But we are not of the world. And we trust in God as our heavenly dad. Dads provide. They provide what's necessary. So our determination is to trust him, that he will provide in seemingly very difficult situations, but he will provide. Now, if you think of, if you believe in your heart that this mountain will move, when you say to it, move, that it will, Jesus teaching elsewhere, I don't think in John's Gospel, but one of the Gospels, at least. That is our, you could say, duty, and certainly our desire to trust him. And if you're feeling weak and wobbly in this regard of, facing what the world would see as the impossible or the difficult, the unlikely, the world would think in terms of luck, you see, and chance. If you're in danger of thinking that way, then all you do is review his provision for you in the past. And that will give you the assurance to trust him for the present. So, you may, as a child of God, still have some work to do when it comes to what to the world would be very demanding situations, very difficult. But for you it is not. And you know what to practice to ensure that this is the case. Whatsoever's good and lovely in the past, in this case, in my case, relevant to housing and accommodation and provision. Think on these things. You will be assured then of God's care now. Of course, we should be assured anyway, because we trust him to be our heavenly dad. And if our dad provided even minimally for us, well, you can't imagine the willingness and the ability of God to provide unutterably wonderfully. As indeed, when you leave this world, is heaven itself, his very presence, in some wonderful way, not just within you, I say just, but in all those around you, the whole host of heaven. Having God within them as well, whereas on the earth, we have so many people around us at times who do not have the awareness of God within themselves, even if he's there. The chaos of childhood here and uncertainty and, well, not having a harmony with his values yet. And it comes with time here. But your time has come, in that you know him. He dwells in you. Our Heavenly Dad. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. So, you know how to handle the difficult situation, not just in my narrow case accommodation, of course, but in whatever you're confronted with here. You have the provision of our almighty and all-loving God that loves you and has no favourites and is providing appropriately, wonderfully, for all life, all ways. And you're right, that doesn't mean life in many cases is not in extremely difficult circumstances. But it does mean it's for a good reason and of great value, and in his will. And in that sense we can claim, well, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That he answers the prayer, had already answered the prayer. It's just that we didn't know it or believe it. And our request to a God that loves us demands of us, doesn't it? Recognition of the fact it must be so. And he answers in hindsight. He'd already given the prayer's answer. This world is exactly formed for its purpose. He looked on it all when he made it and said, it is good, according to the Hebrew story. In what sense? In the sense that it will achieve infinite blessing for the life. Part of that infinite blessing, perhaps,